Good afternoon, everybody. It is Meteorologist 812 Forecast here, and welcome back to the weather update, guys. And guys, I'm actually making this video on the 18th. You guys will be seeing on the 19th. So I am making it the day ahead of time. If you guys are wondering exactly why I'm doing this, it's because tomorrow or today for you guys. So the 19th, which is tomorrow currently, I have a cross country after school a meet, and I will not get home until around 8 o'clock tomorrow, and that will be extremely late to make a video. So I will be making a video ahead of time, and I'll be doing a video where it wouldn't be exactly too different for tomorrow. So these models shouldn't really change a whole lot, so that's why I chose to do this instead of the usual other videos I do for severe weather, because that changes a whole lot. But yeah, guys, if you guys are wondering exactly if these models will change from right now to tomorrow, they really shouldn't. Yeah, so if you guys are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe to my channel. I want to thank you guys for 1,600, and we're getting through 1,600 really fast. I hope we can get to 2,000 by the end of October. I hope that's a goal. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video, and stay tuned. So basically what this video is going to be about, we're going to be doing another U.S. forecast, and we're going to be looking if we could have more signs of possible cold fronts that come in from now to the end of August. But first, we're going to be looking at the radar for the next 10 days since it is a U.S. forecast. So we do actually have incredibly heavy rain right here for the Midwest. Hold on, let me actually change the colors here. We'll have actually pretty heavy rain for the next the next 6 hours for the Midwest, and we're actually going to have some coastal rain for the Mid-Atlantic with Invest 97L bringing that heavy rain there. As we continue to go the next 24 hours, we shouldn't have too much rain, only about in the northeast. As we go through parts of Tuesday, we will be having extreme severe weather threats for the Iowa area. On the 23rd of August, or the next Friday, we'll be actually having a pretty big rain event for the southeast, so all the way from West Virginia to Louisiana. We should have some huge rain events occur. These rain events should occur for a very long time, from the 23rd to the 25th, possibly all the way into the 27th. We can have rain, and I can actually have rain from the 23rd to the 27th, so it's going to be a huge rain event. And as we continue to go to the 27th, we'll actually possibly see a huge band of heavy rain from Canada all the way to Illinois, so that will be a severe weather threat to look forward to. And then as we continue on the 28th, this is Wednesday, we'll actually have that rain band potentially bringing in incredibly heavy rain for the northeast, and then we should have some not too much rain after this. It's only going to be really basically we're just going to have maybe that one rain system there. That's going to be it. We shouldn't have too much rain for much of the country after. Really, we would have some heavy rain for Louisiana on the 28th. This is like the night of the 28th, and then we could have maybe some possibilities for some severe weather starting to fire up as we go into the going into the 29th. So now we're going to be looking at the 6 to 10 day outlook here. Again, many of you guys know this is a average for the next 6 to 10 days. It's not exactly going to be like this every single day in that range. So we are going to have near average temperatures for much of the south, central, and southern plains, and for parts of the southeast, and we'll have some near average temperatures for North Dakota. As you can tell, we are not seeing any blue colors unless you count except Alaska. Other than that, we are going to be seeing extremely warm temperatures for much of the country. We'll have some very warm air for the Midwest, and extremely warm air right here for the western part of the country. So David Schlotthauer and parts of the people in the west, you will experience pretty warm triple digits there. And we are seeing excessive heat warnings and excessive heat watches. I was going to put the National Weather Service, but that would change a whole lot for tomorrow, so I just decided not to do that, because all of these shouldn't really change that whole much. We will start to see some warmer air though in the Midwest. We do have some heat advisories in effect for the Northeast and for parts of Wisconsin and Michigan last time I checked. And actually, it looks like these warm temperatures start to meet right here. Looks like the warm temperature from the west and the warm temperatures from the east meet at this point right here. It looks like it meets right here. Of course, the worst of the next 6 to 10 days will be right here through southern part of Oregon to the Four Corners And so if you are in this circle, or if you're inside this, you will possibly see a 90% chance for above average temperatures, and maybe about 7 to 8 degrees above average at some point. We can see triple digits a whole lot, and we're going to be looking at temperatures in the last slide in the video. So that's basically what it's looking like really here. As we go the next 8 to 14 days, now we finally have a sign of a cold front coming in. Finally, so it looks like this is a sign of possibility of having one. Looks like it does dip down. Again, it won't be incredibly cold. Again, it could change. It could get a lot colder in color shades as we continue to get there. Again, this goes all the way from August 26th to September 1st. So we should have below average temperatures all the way from northern Louisiana to the Dakotas. And we should have the coldest air right here in the Dakotas and Minnesota. But we will start to have this warm air push more to the east, because it looks like we have that ridge dipping down like this, which will push the temperatures away. So we'll start to see the warmer air move to the west and move to the east. So as you can tell, we're not going to have too much warm temperatures for Michigan or Wisconsin. But we will start to see some warmer temperatures for the eastern coast. So if you actually live in the New England area, you guys can see possibly 3 to 4 degrees above average. Sometimes it might be 1 to 2 degrees above average. And again, we're still going to have the worst of the heat in the west. It actually gets worse for the west. We have this very small circle right here. That's exactly where we will have the worst of it. That's very, very small circle. I know a lot of people probably don't live in that small circle that are my viewers, but if you know anyone, let them know ahead of time that they can experience extreme heat. Again, this is extreme heat based on their average. So if their average is at 90, it could possibly be 109. Again, it can be extremely warm in that area. And then for that pink or this light red color around it, that's still incredibly warm. So if you're still inside this for, again, much of, or it's actually going more into northern Oregon now, much of Nevada and Utah. If you guys are still in that area, you still possibly see 5 degrees above average, up to 8. And then again, we'll start to see this near average area get a bit bigger as we continue to go into the end of August and beginning of September. Now that we look at that, let's actually look at the temperature anomaly now. So today we are seeing again this cold front that's for parts of the northern United States. Here we have actually parts of Nebraska that can see 8 degrees below average. We're having some nice cool air there for the Midwest, but not so much on a break on the heat in the East Coast. So parts of West Virginia and Connecticut, we are seeing still 6 to 8 degrees above average. We are actually having a little cold front right now for California. Some of the areas near, I believe, San Diego, I believe that's the area, could see 6 degrees below average. As we continue tomorrow, the heat will start to spread a lot more, so we'll have to see a bigger area of heat than cold. So we have Kansas, we had the Dakotas getting to above average, just like that. So from today they're below average to tomorrow above average. And then as we go into, this is actually the 21st now, so this will be this is Wednesday. We will see another cold front, but a very small one. It will bring in about 4 to 8 degrees below average for some areas. But look at the heat; it's a lot more widespread. That was really bad. It's a lot more widespread, the heat, so that's why we'll be seeing this warm air a lot worse this 6 to 10 days than the 8 to 14 days. As we continue, though, we could have some more cold air on the 23rd, which is Friday. We'll have another cold front again, guys. We'll be seeing these below average temperatures start to come within the next 8 to 14 days for Wisconsin, Michigan. You guys can see 7 to 8 degrees below average, And then again, the West will still see these incredibly warm temperatures. We have California, parts of Utah seeing, again, also parts of 16 degrees above average for Northern California. That was in that worst area. But as we continue on through the end of August, we start to see a bit more of a warm front now. So we go to 26, we have a huge area of heat. We actually see up to 20 degrees above average for Wisconsin, Iowa. We don't see too much of cold air. It's going to be a bit more widespread of warm air. As we go on to the 28th of August. Boy, oh boy, does it get bad for the West United States. Utah, sorry, not Utah. Oh, yeah, actually, yeah, Utah, Montana, Nevada, California, all those areas will be seeing incredibly warm temperatures. And then as we continue on, we have a cold front that might be saving these areas from the heat. The 31st, it actually bring in some cold air, a relief for the Four Corner states, a relief for Nevada, relief for California. And look at this huge cold front. Look how cold it's going to be, possibly 18 degrees below average, and look how widespread it is. That will be you guys better enjoy that, because it will bring in incredibly cold air for Minnesota, parts of Michigan, parts of Ohio, and then it will stick around a little bit, and it actually finally brings below average temperature for Montana. Look at this, we're finally having the cold air in the west, and look, more warm air for the east. So it's just going to be flip-flop, really. Can't really give an exact detail of what's going to be for the rest of August. Oh boy, looks like we have a warm-up for the east and a cool-down for the west by September 3rd. Now that we looked at that, we're going to be looking at the European really fast here. As you can tell, currently we are seeing this cold front right here for the northern plains. We do see 14 degrees below average for areas in Canada. But for the areas of the Dakotas, we could see 8 degrees below average currently. Again, we'll have that warm front that comes tomorrow. That's where we're going to see these areas that are below average right now to get above average. So Nebraska, Kansas, the Dakotas, we can see 8 degrees above average tomorrow. Much of the United States will be around 2 to 3 degrees below average, but the worst of it will be in the plains. Here we have that second cold front that will bring in those cold temperatures for the next 8 to 14 days. That will bring in around 8 to 9 degrees below average for northern Wisconsin and the mitten area of Michigan. As we continue on, we will have that huge heat wave on the 26th and the 25th. That will bring incredibly warm temperatures for the areas of Colorado, Kansas. You guys can expect around 12 degrees above average, and it could actually get a lot worse as we continue. We can have 13 degrees above average on the 27th. And then we have a potential huge cold front on the 28th. The European model really does show it. We can see possibly 10 degrees below average for much of Minnesota and the Dakotas. But look at this. Look at this heat. 16 degrees above average for parts of Oregon. It's going to be incredibly hot, guys, for the west. As we look into the real-time temperatures tomorrow, we will be seeing some we will see 111 degrees maximum for parts of Arizona. We shouldn't see too much warm temperatures for the southern plains. We will start to see some more 70s. We're only going to see the 60s really for the areas in the northeast. But look at these lows, guys. Look at these lows in the nighttime. We're going to have this cold air from the north that's going to bring potentially, guys, we're going to have some 40s for Oregon. We're actually going to see some 30s for North Dakota. We can see about 35, I think that's what it says there. As we continue, though, we'll have more cold air to come in, some 50s, and these 30s will get pretty close as we have that cold front in Canada. But look at this, the heat just gets worse and worse for the southwest, 115 degrees, and then as the northeast will be enjoying these 70s and 60s. And it's going to be a really huge pattern change. As we continue, though, we have this more cold air that's going to bring in widespread 50s and 40s for much of the northern part of the country, including the main area can get to 45 degrees. But look at this, guys. We have about 30. Look at this cold front that from Canada that brings in almost 30 degrees from areas of Montana, but we only have like 34. So we're going to get close to below average, below freezing. As we continue on the 28th of August, we'll have a huge cold air that will bring in 44, 47, and some nice 50s. So guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Do not forget to like and subscribe, guys, and bye.